22 Hollywood actors who died alone. Number 1. Barbara Lamar. Barbara Lamar, born Reatha Dale Watson in 1896, transitioned from writing behind the scenes to captivating audiences on screen. Legend has it that Mary Pickford herself encouraged Lamar's move in front of the camera, recognizing her undeniable magnetism. Known as the girl who is too beautiful, Lamar starred in 27 films between 1920 and 1926, including The Three Musketeers, The Prisoner of Zenda, and Trifling Women. Despite her flourishing career and the glamorous image, Lamar reportedly embraced a demanding Hollywood nightlife, famously claiming she barely slept. Tragically, her health declined rapidly due to a series of crash diets undertaken for comeback roles. Barbara Lamar died at the young age of 29 on January 30, 1926, in Altadena, California, succumbing to pulmonary tuberculosis and nephritis. Her early death marked a poignant end for the luminous actress, though her contributions to film were later recognized with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Number 2. Constance Frances Marie. Constance Frances Marie Ockelman, known to the world as Veronica Lake, rose to fame in the 1940s, captivating audiences with her femme fatale roles in film noir, alongside Alan Ladd and her iconic peekaboo hairstyle. Films like Sullivan's Travels and I Married a Witch cemented her status as a captivating screen presence. The story goes that her trademark hairstyle emerged accidentally during filming, a slip of her long blonde hair that created an alluring effect. However, beneath the glamorous exterior, Lake faced significant personal struggles, including reported battles with alcoholism and mental health challenges. By the late 1940s, her career began to wane. Despite a brief return to the screen in the 1960s, she never regained her former prominence. Sadly, Veronica Lake's later years were marked by financial hardship and isolation. She passed away on July 7, 1973, in Burlington, Vermont, at the age of 50, due to hepatitis and acute kidney injury. A poignant end for a star who once shone so brightly. Number 3. Lupe Velez. Lupe Velez, born Maria Guadalupe Villalobos Velez in Mexico in 1908, became a vibrant presence in Hollywood's golden age as an actress, singer, and dancer. Douglas Fairbanks recognized her talent, leading to her breakthrough role in The Gaucho in 1927. She quickly gained attention for her spirited performances, even holding her own alongside established stars. Velez navigated the transition to sound films with ease, dispelling doubts about her accent with the success of Tiger Rose. She starred in a variety of films, including Lady of the Pavements and Wolfsong opposite Gary Cooper. Often cast in exotic roles, she earned colorful nicknames like the Mexican Hurricane. Despite her professional success, Velez faced personal turmoil, including a tumultuous marriage to Johnny Weissmuller. Sadly, overwhelmed by life's challenges, Lupe Velez tragically died by a barbiturate overdose on December 14, 1944, in Glendale, California, at the young age of 36. Her passing marked a significant loss for the entertainment world, remembering a dynamic talent who left an indelible mark on Hollywood. Number 4. Theda Bara. Theda Bara, born Theodosia Burr Goodman in 1885, was a captivating figure of the silent film era. Renowned as one of cinema's early sex symbols, and famously nicknamed the Vamp. Her magnetic portrayals of femme fatales, beginning with The Fool There Was in 1915, made her a sensation and defined a popular archetype. For Fox Studios, she was their biggest star between 1915 and 1919, captivating audiences in films like the epic Cleopatra. However, Bara grew weary of being typecast and sought to break free from the vamp image, even venturing onto Broadway. Unfortunately, her stage performance was critically panned, and her career struggled without the studio's backing. Despite attempts to revive her film career, she ultimately retired after a short comedy in 1926. Although Bara earned significant wealth at the height of her fame, the limitations of her on-screen persona ultimately hindered her long-term success in a changing industry. Theda Bara passed away on April 7, 1955, in Los Angeles, California, leaving behind a legacy as a pioneering, albeit somewhat constrained, icon of early Hollywood. Number 5. Mary Pickford. Mary Pickford, born Gladys Louise Smith in Toronto in 1892, was a monumental figure in early Hollywood, known as America's sweetheart and the queen of the movies. A gifted actress and astute businesswoman, she began her film career in 1909, and by 1916 had become Hollywood's first million-dollar actress, gaining unprecedented creative control over her projects. Pickford captivated audiences in numerous silent films, often portraying youthful characters in classics like The Poor Little Rich Girl and Pollyanna. In 1919, she co-founded the influential United Artists Studio alongside Chaplin, Griffith, and Fairbanks. However, despite her immense success, Pickford later faced personal challenges, including struggles with alcoholism, particularly as her tumultuous marriage to Douglas Fairbanks deteriorated. Her career also waned with the advent of sound films, leading to her retirement from acting in 1933. In her later years, she became increasingly reclusive at her iconic home, Pickfair. Mary Pickford passed away on May 29, 1979, in Santa Monica, California, at the age of 87, leaving behind an indelible legacy as a true pioneer of the film industry. Number 6. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr, born Hedwig Eva Maria Kiesler in Vienna in 1914, was not only a captivating actress, but also a brilliant inventor. After an early film career in Czechoslovakia, marked by the controversial Ecstasy, she fled her first marriage and found her way to Hollywood. There, Louis B. Mayer rebranded her as Hedy Lamarr, promoting her as the world's most beautiful woman. She achieved stardom in films like Algiers, Boomtown, and Samson and Delilah. However, beyond her glamorous on-screen persona, Lamarr possessed an inventive mind. During World War II, she co-invented a frequency-hopping spread spectrum system, a groundbreaking technology that laid the foundation for modern Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Despite this significant contribution, she faced considerable struggles for recognition and compensation for her invention. In her later years, after her film career waned, Lamarr experienced financial difficulties and retreated from public life. She passed away on January 19, 2000, in Castleberry, Florida, at the age of 85. While celebrated for her beauty and acting, her legacy as a pioneering inventor continues to gain deserved recognition. Number 7. Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro, born Ramon Gil Samaniego in Mexico in 1899, carved a significant path in Hollywood, becoming a leading man during the silent film era. Starting with bit parts in 1917, he rose to prominence, particularly after his role in Scaramouche in 1923. MGM promoted him as a Latin lover, and following Rudolph Valentino's death, Novarro became a major sex symbol and the first Latin American actor to achieve widespread success in Hollywood. His role in the epic Ben-Hur in 1925 catapulted him to stardom. He starred in popular films like The Student Prince in Old Heidelberg and Across to Singapore. However, Novarro privately grappled with his homosexuality and his Roman Catholic faith, a conflict he kept hidden from the public. He also faced challenges with the transition to sound films due to his accent. Sadly, Novarro's life took a tragic turn. On October 30, 1968, at the age of 69, he was murdered in his North Hollywood home, the cause of death being asphyxiation. His death was a brutal end to a talented actor who navigated the complexities of early Hollywood while concealing personal struggles. Number 10. Marjorie Rambeau. Marjorie Rambeau, born in San Francisco in 1889, began her career on stage at the young age of 12, becoming a Broadway leading lady. While she appeared in some silent films, it was with the advent of sound that her film career truly flourished, beginning with Her Man in 1930. Rambeau became a respected character actress, earning 2 Academy Award nominations for Best Supporting Actress for her memorable roles in Primrose Path, 1940, and Torch Song, 1953. She also received the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1955 for her work in A Man Called Peter and The View from Pompey's Head. Notably, she took over the role of Tugboat Annie in Tugboat Annie Sails Again, after the passing of Marie Dressler. Rambeau's personal life was marked by 3 marriages and a struggle with alcohol. Sadly, several serious car accidents in her later years left her with lasting health issues. Marjorie Rambeau passed away on July 6, 1970, in Palm Springs, California, at the age of 80, leaving behind a legacy of compelling performances on both stage and screen. Number 11. Barbara Jo Allen. Barbara Jo Allen, born Marion Barbara Henshaw in 1906, was an American actress who became widely known for her comedic character, Vera Vague. This spinster persona, which Allen created and brought to life on radio and in films during the 1940s and 1950s, was inspired by a confused PTA lecturer. As Vera Vague, Allen popularized the memorable catchphrase, "You dear boy." While the provided information doesn't detail specific tragic circumstances surrounding Barbara Jo Allen's death, she passed away at the age of 68 on September 14, 1974, in Santa Barbara, California. Her work as Vera Vague brought laughter to audiences through numerous radio appearances and films, solidifying her place as a beloved comedic actress of the era. Number 12. Nelson Eddy. Nelson Eddy, a gifted American baritone singer and actor, born in 1901, achieved immense popularity during the 1930s and 1940s through his 19 musical films. A classically trained vocalist, he is best remembered for his iconic on-screen partnership with soprano Jeanette MacDonald in 8 beloved films. Eddy was a true crossover star, captivating both mainstream audiences and opera enthusiasts, and at his peak, he was the highest-paid singer globally. While his on-screen chemistry with MacDonald was legendary, their off-screen relationship was reportedly complex and sometimes strained. Eddy also faced the pressures of fame and the often intrusive scrutiny of his private life, including persistent and untrue rumors of a romantic affair with MacDonald. Despite his success, he was reportedly sensitive to criticism regarding his acting. Sadly, Nelson Eddy passed away on March 6, 1967, at the age of 65 in Miami Beach, Florida, due to a cerebral hemorrhage, a sudden loss for the many who admired his rich baritone voice and charismatic screen presence. Number 13. George Sanders. George Sanders, a distinguished British actor and singer born in Russia in 1906, was celebrated for his suave demeanor, smooth bass voice, and ability to portray sophisticated, often villainous characters throughout his prolific 40-year career. His memorable roles included the wicked Jack Favell in Rebecca, the heroic Scott Folliott in Foreign Correspondent, the Saran of Gaza in Samson and Delilah, and the acid-tongued theatre critic Addison DeWitt in All About Eve, for which he won an Oscar. He also lent his voice to the menacing Shere Khan in Disney's The Jungle Book. Beyond these iconic roles, Sanders starred as Simon Templar in the Saint film series and as the Falcon. However, despite his successful career, Sanders faced personal hardships in his later years, including financial difficulties, the loss of his wife Benita Hume to cancer, and his own declining health due to a series of strokes. Sadly, George Sanders took his own life on April 25, 1972, in Castelldefels, Barcelona, Spain, leaving behind a note stating his profound boredom, a poignant end for a captivating and unforgettable screen presence. Number 14. Clara Bow. Clara Bow, born in Brooklyn in 1905, rose to dazzling stardom during the silent film era, epitomizing the roaring 20s and earning the iconic nickname the It Girl after her captivating performance in the film It. Her vibrant personality and undeniable screen presence made her a global sensation and a leading sex symbol of her time. By 1931, at the young age of 25, and battling what her manager termed crisis a day Clara, she suffered a significant breakdown, leading to her early retirement from acting. Clara Bow later faced struggles with mental illness and attempted suicide. She passed away on September 27, 1965, in Culver City, California, at the age of 60, a tragic end for the vibrant It Girl, whose light once shone so brightly. Number 15. Larry Seaman. Larry Seaman, born in 1889, was a prominent figure in the silent film era as an actor, director, producer, and screenwriter, once considered a major movie comedian. He's now often remembered for his early collaborations with both Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. His extravagant spending eventually led Vitagraph to insist he produce his own films. Sadly, Seaman's career was overshadowed by personal problems and financial ruin. He suffered a nervous breakdown and was penniless by the time he died on October 8, 1928, at the young age of 39 in Victorville, California, a tragic end for a once celebrated comedic talent. Number 15. Nita Naldi. Nita Naldi, born Mary Nonna Dooley in 1894, was a captivating stage performer who transitioned to the silent film era, often embodying the alluring vamp character popularized by Theda Bara. Her striking looks and captivating presence led to roles in films like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde alongside John Barrymore. A significant turning point in her career came when she was chosen by author Vicente Blasco Ibáñez for the role of Doña Sol in the film adaptation of his novel Blood and Sand, marking her first collaboration with screen idol Rudolph Valentino. This role solidified her image as a vamp, an on-screen persona that would define much of her career. While romantically linked on screen, Naldi and Valentino were never involved, and she notably befriended his wife, Natasha Rambova, though their friendship later dissolved. Nita Naldi passed away at the age of 66 on February 17, 1961 in New York City. Number 16. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, born Harlin Harlow Carpenter in 1911, became a dazzling icon of the early 1930s. Known as the Blonde Bombshell and the Platinum Blonde, she captivated audiences with her portrayal of bad girl characters and her laughing vamp persona, becoming a leading sex symbol of the pre-code era. Her breakthrough came with Howard Hughes's Hell's Angels in 1930, which catapulted her to international stardom. Despite a relatively short 9-year career, Harlow became one of Hollywood's biggest movie stars. Tragically, her vibrant life was cut short. Jean Harlow died at the young age of 26 on June 7, 1937, in Los Angeles, California. Her death was attributed to uremic poisoning and kidney failure. While filming her final movie, Saratoga, her health rapidly declined, leading to her untimely and deeply mourned passing. Number 18. John Gilbert. John Gilbert, born John Cecil Pringle in 1897, was a celebrated leading man of the silent film era, known as the Great Lover. His career soared in the mid-1920s with films like The Merry Widow and The Big Parade, rivaling even Rudolph Valentino's popularity. However, the advent of sound films brought a tragic decline to his career. While early accounts often cited a supposedly high-pitched voice as the reason he failed to transition to talkies, his actual voice, as heard in films like Queen Christina, contradicts this. More significant factors in Gilbert's downfall appear to be studio politics, particularly a contentious relationship with MGM head Louis B. Mayer, and a shift in audience tastes away from the romanticized melodramas that had made him famous. Some accounts suggest Mayer actively sabotaged Gilbert's sound film career. Furthermore, Gilbert's own struggles with alcoholism and depression, exacerbated by his declining success and a series of less compelling roles, contributed to his demoralization and deteriorating health. Despite some efforts to revive his career, including a role opposite Greta Garbo in Queen Christina, at her insistence, John Gilbert's once luminous stardom had faded. He tragically died of a heart attack at the young age of 38 in 1936, a poignant example of the volatile nature of early Hollywood fame. Number 19. Thelma Todd. Thelma Todd, a vivacious actress born in 1906, was a comedic force in Hollywood during the late silent and early sound eras, earning the nicknames the Ice Cream Blonde and Hot Toddy. Appearing in around 120 films and shorts between 1926 and 1935, she was celebrated for her comedic pairings with Zay Sue Pitts and her roles in Marx Brothers classics like Monkey Business and Horse Feathers. Todd also shone in numerous Charlie Chase shorts, and alongside Laurel and Hardy. However, her life was tragically cut short at the age of 29. On December 16, 1935, Thelma Todd was found dead in her car, in her garage, the cause of death officially ruled as carbon monoxide poisoning. The circumstances surrounding her death remain shrouded in mystery and speculation, with unsettling details like a broken nose and bruises leading to theories beyond a simple accident, including the possibilities of suicide or even murder linked to her personal relationships or the success of her restaurant, Thelma's Sidewalk Cafe. Her untimely death marked a devastating loss of a bright and talented comedic star. Number 20. Carole Lombard. Carole Lombard, born Jane Alice Peters in 1908, was a luminous American actress, celebrated for her vibrant and often unconventional roles in screwball comedies, earning her a place among the greatest female stars of classic Hollywood cinema. Her career reached a significant high point in 1934 with the pioneering screwball comedy 20th Century, directed by Howard Hawks, which solidified her status as a major star. Lombard's natural comedic talent shone brightly in films like Hands Across the Table, the first of 4 successful collaborations with Fred MacMurray. She effortlessly brought wit and energy to the screen, captivating audiences with her unique charm. Tragically, Carole Lombard's life was cut short at the age of 33. On January 16, 1942, while returning from a war bond tour, the plane she was on crashed into Mount Potosi in Nevada, resulting in her untimely death. The nation mourned the loss of a beloved actress, whose vivacious spirit and comedic brilliance left an indelible mark on Hollywood's golden age. Number 21. Dan Blocker. Dan Blocker, widely recognized as the gentle giant Hoss Cartwright on the beloved television series Bonanza, was born in 1928. Before his iconic role, Blocker served in the Korean War, an experience that deeply affected him, leading to a strong aversion to guns. Early in his acting career, he and his wife faced financial challenges. Once Bonanza became a hit, Blocker grappled with the loss of privacy that came with fame, even moving his family to Switzerland in an attempt to escape the relentless attention of the paparazzi. Despite the immense success and wealth he gained from the show, Blocker reportedly held conflicted feelings about his fortune. Sadly, his life was cut short unexpectedly. On May 13, 1972, at the age of 43, Dan Blocker died in Los Angeles, California, due to a pulmonary embolism following gallbladder surgery. His sudden passing was a profound loss for his family, his colleagues, and the millions of fans who cherished his warm and memorable portrayal of Hoss Cartwright. Number 22. Edith Barrett. Edith Barrett, born Edith Barrett Williams in 1907, was a distinguished American actress who shone brightly on Broadway and in New England's summer stock during the 1920s and 1930s, captivating audiences in plays by renowned playwrights. While she transitioned to Hollywood, her cinematic work, though including notable films like I Walked with a Zombie and Jane Eyre, didn't quite reach the same level of stardom she experienced on stage. As her film career began to wane, she became increasingly reclusive and embittered. Her marriage to the celebrated actor Vincent Price ended in a difficult divorce in 1948. Although she received alimony, her ongoing struggles with addiction reportedly left her in a state of continuous financial hardship. Edith Barrett spent her final days in a nursing home and passed away in 1977 at the age of 70 due to a heart attack, a poignant end for a talented actress whose later life was marked by considerable personal challenges.